Guys, welcome to this topic on how to find the area and circumference of circles. The big question we will be dealing with is this question here, which says if the distance around a circular pond is 90 meters, what could the area of the pond be? Okay, before we can solve this sort of question, we need to be able to find out how to find the circumference of a circle and how to find the area of a circle. It's good to know it. There are songs out there that you can learn, there are mnemonics that you can learn and all that. So the first thing we want to talk about is about cherry pies being delicious. So cherry pies are delicious. In this case, the C is for the circumference and the pi is that pi we have there. In mathematics, we don't tend to write the pi as pi. So if we are saying cherry pies are delicious, so if I go down there, cherry pies are delicious, we don't write this pi, we don't write it as pi. Okay, guys, we write it as this pi here. So if I just put a little line underneath that, we write it as this pi here. Okay, so the diameter, if I was to draw a circle, let's look for a little space we can draw a circle in. So if I was to draw a circle, it's not accurately drawn, but understand what I'm trying to say. From one end of the circle to the center point, so if I just take that away, so from one end of the circle to the center point to the other end, sorry, this is a very wobbly line, but is the diameter. From one end to the other end of the circle through the center point is the diameter. So this diameter, assuming we have a circle with a diameter of 8 centimeters, and we are asked to find the circumference, what we will do is we will write, let's find a space to write that in. Let's write C equals pi d. Now remember that the d we were given in this question here is 8 centimeters. All right, so all we have to do is say to find the circumference, we're going to do pi times d, which is pi times 8. So pi times 8 will then be 8 pi centimeters for the circumference. Okay, now we are only allowed to write 8 pi as our answer if we were told that we should leave our answer in terms of pi. So this question here, in terms of pi, the circumference will be 8 pi centimeters. But if we are not told to leave our answer in terms of pi, we've got to make sure that we multiply 8 by 3.14, because pi, we need to put it somewhere for us, pi in this case, or always rather, is 3.14 approximately. That's what pi is. Okay, so if I just make sure we're saying that, hopefully we are. So yes, so we know that pi is approximately 3.14. So if we are not told to leave our answer in terms of pi, we must make sure we multiply it by 3.14, and that would give us 25.12 centimeters. So that would be the circumference of that circle with that question. All right. The next bit I want us to go to is this bit here. So if cherry pies are delicious, and we know that in a circle, if I just do that somewhere here, we know in a circle, the from one end to the other through the center point is the diameter. From the center point here to the end, to each end, is called a radius. From here to another end here is called a radius through the center point. So it makes sense that 2 radii equals 1 diameter. All right, so 2 radii is 1 diameter. So if I don't want to say cherry pies are delicious, I could as well say cherry pies is written as 2 pi r. Okay, so why? Because I could just, let's write it down here. Circumference equals pi, and instead of writing d, what can I write? I can write 2r, because 2 radii is 1 diameter. So if I rearrange this, you know, it then becomes 2 pi r, just like we have here. If I underline that bit there. So 2 pi r is the same thing as pi 2r, and it's the same thing as pi d. All right. Now, if I have a circle with a radius of 5 centimeters and I am asked to find the circumference of the circle, I will do 2 times pi. Remember, in maths, we don't write the pi as pi. We write it using this sign here. So if I just put that again there so we can all clearly see out that pi. So we write that pi as that. So to find the circumference, I'm going to say 2 pi r. Because I was given the radius, I'll do it as 2 pi r. Now that will give me 10 pi centimeters for the circumference of this circle with a radius of 5 centimeters. All right. I can only leave my answer as 10 pi centimeters only if I was told to leave my answer in terms of pi. If I wasn't told to leave my answer in terms of pi, I will need to multiply 10 by 3.14 because pi, remember, let's write that down. Pi is 3.14 approximately. Remember that, and you've got to always remember that. All right, so that is that bit on pi. So if you multiply 10 by 3.14, you should be getting 31.4 centimeters for your circumference of a circle with a radius of 5 centimeters. So now we are going to move on to the main question that we are going to be solving today. So the question is, if the distance around a circular pond is 90 meters, what could the area of the pond be? Guys, we have been talking about circumference all this while, so let's start with that. We know cherry pies are delicious. So if I write that there, cherry pies are delicious, and that could be written as C equals pi d. Okay, cherry pies are delicious. Now, the circumference, which is the distance around the circle, is the same as the distance around the circular pond. So we know that the circumference is 90 meters. We know our pi is 3.14, but we don't know our d. How can we find our d? We need to eliminate this 3.14 from this side so we can get our d to stay on its own. So by eliminating, I'm saying we divide it by 3.14 to give us only 1d. So you do the same thing on the other side, which is 90 divided by 3.14. And if you use your calculator, the diameter of the pond is 28.66 meters. So this is definitely meters because we were given the distance around the circular pond in meters. So this should have been 28.66 meters. All right, so that's what that is. Make sure you remember that. Now, to find the area of a circle, you could just know that apple pies are delicious too. So how that translates into written form is, if I write that here, apple pies are delicious too. So apple pies are delicious too, or apple pies are too. So apple pies are too. So area of a circle is pi r squared, and that's what we're going to use now. Remember, when we were doing the other circle bit, I told you that, let's draw a circle here, a little circle. I said the diameter is the distance from one end of your circle through the center point down to the other end of the circle. That's your diameter, remember? And I said half of a diameter is a radius. Okay, now we've been able to work out the diameter of that pond as 28.66 meters. So if I change that to meters, we've been able to work that out as 28.66 meters. So the radius will then be half of that, which will be 14.33 meters. Change that to meters. Okay, let's circle this bit so we know it shouldn't be centimeters, but it should be meters. So if I write meters there, all right. So to find the area of the pond, we're going to do pi r squared because that's the area of a circle, pi r squared. So the pi is there and the radius is 14.33. So we have pi times 14.33 squared, and that should give us 205.35 pi centimeters squared. Why should the area be having a square? Because it is area. You must write your answer as meter squared because the pond is 90 meters. So if I just make sure that we know that this centimeters here should be meters squared. All right, now this would have been correct if we were told to leave our answer in terms of pi. If we're not told to leave our answer in terms of pi, we need to multiply 205.35 by 3.14, and this would be the area of that pond. I hope you've been able to understand how to find this area of a circle and area and circumference of a circle. Ask me more questions in the comment section if you want to, and if you need to clarify any part of this question, just put it in the comment section for me. I'll be leaving the link to sharing this video in the description box, and up on this screen you will see a link to my other videos that will be useful to watch as well. See you in another video, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share if you find this video useful. Thank you. Bye bye.